Okay, our next writing unit is about word choice, and the organizational pattern is the non-fiction recount or personal narrative pattern. Let's start with a joke. Why did Cinderella get kicked off the softball team? Because she ran away from the ball. All right, so before we do any reading in our textbook, and after you have completed your rough draft of your personal narrative, of the scariest experience of your life, we're going to go back and revise based on lessons that follow. So for example, this lesson. Let's have a look at the home page here. Okay, we move down, it's right here, this section right here. Okay, so we're going to do this here. Make the following poem more descriptive by changing the words. Here's the poem. It's called Fear of Spiders by Carrie. The spider's legs crawl across the page. I hear the loud screams inside me. My heart races. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and made some changes to this. For example, when I looked at the title, I remembered a movie where the main character was afraid of spiders. So that reminded me of a movie, this title, Fear of Spiders. So I made that connection. His condition was called arachnophobia. And I remember the actual name of the movie was called Arachnophobia. I think arachnophobia is a more precise word or descriptive word to describe what the poem is about. So I will change the title to this better word. So instead of Fear of Spiders, the title of my poem will be Arachnophobia. Next, I think the second line, the spider's legs, I think this line would be better if I describe the spider's legs, not just say the spider's legs. There are a few words I can think of, like hairy, skinny, black, or dangly. I think I'll choose dangly because it's a better descriptive word. It allows the reader to kind of see the legs dangling, hanging loosely. Okay, and that's kind of creepy. Next, crawl across the page. I want to make this poem scary, so I think instead of the word crawl, I'll change it to creep. They both mean nearly the same thing, but creep matches better how I want readers to feel when they read the poem. Okay, so that's more of a show, don't tell type of word. So instead of crawl, creep across the page. The next line, I hear the loud screams inside me. I'm visualizing a spider crawling across a page. As I listen to, or hear, or read, I hear the loud screams inside me. I'm visualizing a spider crawling across the page, and I think it would create a better picture if the page didn't have any writing on it. This would make the spider easier to see, so I will add blank here so the reader visualizes what I see. Actually, going back to the crawl across the page line, my mistake. So instead of just saying crawl across the page, I'm going to say crawl across the blank page, all right? So that you visualize maybe a black spider or a brown spider, whatever color it is, more, because the background is just white like this home page, and on top of it is this black spider or brown spider. So it allows you to see the spider better, right? So next, in these sentences I want to show the reader what happens when I see a spider. I don't really hear my screams, but I do feel them inside me. And I can feel my heart pounding too. I will make these changes to describe more clearly how scared I am. Okay, so I say, I hear the loud screams inside me. All right, but you don't actually hear them because they're inside. All right, you can imagine what they might sound like, However, you don't really hear them with your ears. Okay? So, I feel the screams inside me. All right? I feel the fright. I feel scared. And I can certainly feel my heart pounding. When you get scared, your heart pounds a little bit. So I'm going to make changes to my poem to describe that pounding in my chest and the screaming that I feel. All right? So now that I'm feeling the screams, I don't think it's necessary to use the word loud here. The word doesn't add anything to the mood of the poem, so I'm going to cross that one out. All right? So instead of loud screams, I could say, I feel my heart pounding in my chest and I scream inside. All right? So this is an example of how you can make your writing stronger and more descriptive and have the writer actually feel the same way you feel by changing the language like I did. Good luck.